Now let's welcome Tyler Flores to the mix. Tyler, if you want to step up right here.
All right, Tyler.
Good to see you this evening.
Good to see you too.
How does it feel to be here for the world premiere of The Dark Knight Rises?
It's really cool. It's my first movie ever, and it's cool to work with like the best actor in Hollywood, so it's pretty good.
What can you tell us about your part in the movie?
I mean, I can't say much. All I can say is just watch the movie. It's going to be a great movie.
It's a constant refrain tonight. Well, we appreciate it. I hope you have a great time inside.
Right,
enjoy
you.
the movie. Enjoy all of this because it looks like you're having a blast. So.
All right, thanks.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
It is hot in New York City. The carpet is heating up because this is easily one of the most hotly anticipated movies of the summer. And you have a chance to see it Thursday night at one of the midnight screenings. Why not be the first to go see it among your friends, right?
I mean, if you don't want any spoilers at all, you're going to have to see it Thursday or hide under a rock until you go to the movie theater.
I'm going to be disappointed if some stuff starts leaking out about the story. I'm going to stay away from the friends until I get a chance to see it because, like I said before, this is one of those movies you want to walk in with a clean slate for and really just be entertained and be blown away.
Absolutely. That's right.
Taking a look down the carpet at some of the people we've seen. Of course, Gary Oldman is standing a couple of spots away from us. We'll be talking to him in a minute as well. Tom Hardy is making his way this direction. Of course, he no stranger to having worked with Chris Nolan. He was in Inception as well. Another great Nolan movie, and we'll get a chance to hear what it was like to pair up with the director again for Tom tonight.
That's right, and a couple special guests are popping into the premiere tonight. Chris Daughtry of the band Daughtry is here and making his way down the carpet. Lots of fun people coming up, showing up in New York for this world premiere.
Now, who are you most excited to get a chance to speak with tonight?
Okay, Anne Hathaway. I mean, I've been a fan of Catwoman since the very beginning, and so that's got to be my go-to.
It's going to be really interesting to see how the character of Catwoman and Selina Kyle in this movie contrasts with Michelle Pfeiffer's take.
Absolutely.
That I remember watching growing up. It seems like it was just yesterday, but it's actually been a little while since we saw that character.
Definitely, and Anne, I know in preparing for her role, took a look at that long history of Catwoman and really wanted to do it justice, and I think she did from what the previews show.
Well, and this is a very physical role for her as well. A lot of action sequences that she had to train for, I think 4+ months of training, not just physical training, but eating right, getting in shape, and we talked about this before our live stream started. She's also got to be a cat, so it's not just getting ready to be physical, it's also getting ready to act like a feline in the movie. And let's transition real quickly and welcome Gary Oldman to our stream. It's good to see you, sir.
Live?
Yes, sir, we are live.
Worldwide.
And don't want to make you nervous or anything. I know this isn't your first carpet, I'm sure you're good to go.
Tell us what it's like to be here for the premiere and why it's so special being the last of the Dark Knight trilogy.
Well, we've been a family for 8 years, and pretty much it's pretty much the same crew, same stuntmen, same cameraman, many of the same. We have got a few new faces in this one, but they're many of the same actors. So when you go away and you have time off or a year off and you come back, it's a bit like reuniting with a family at Thanksgiving or Christmas. Do you know what I mean? It's like seeing everyone again.
We're taking some questions.
It makes it a special, it's bittersweet that it's the final one,
We're taking some questions from fans online, and Alexander on Facebook weighed in and wanted to know how you adjusted your performance to play an older Commissioner Gordon 8 years since the last film.
Well, I there's a part of it you've obviously seen. There's a teaser trailer where I'm in a hospital bed. Mm-hmm. So I'm incapacitated for a while in the film for the middle of the film. When you wear a hospital robe, it makes you look pretty.
It's humbling.
It's humbling. So that's how I age down. I just wore a backless dress.
Form-fitting.
Yeah, definitely. And what was the last scene that you did, and how emotional was that when you had to walk off set?
Yeah, the last scene was on a rooftop here in New York. Yeah, and it was Joseph Gordon-Levitt's first scene in the movie and my last scene of the trilogy. So, yeah, I mean, you can't quite, you can't quite believe it really that it's over, but it's got to come to an end, and talk about go out with a bang. We go out with a bang with this one.
That sounds like a nice little teaser. We appreciate that. Well,
right.
What better way to go out with a bang than by partying and celebrating tonight with the
here,
premiere
in New York,
of all places.
with the family. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Enjoy your time tonight, sir.
Tonight.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Always a pleasure. Thank you.
There are a lot of people on the carpet right now. A lot of stars coming up.
Yeah, we've got Chris Daughtry in the line. I see Christian Bale has arrived as well. Of course, the man of the evening. And behind me is former head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, Bill Cowher, here, no doubt, supporting Hines Ward in his cameo performance.
Yes, and another little cameo, interesting tidbit is the mayor of Pittsburgh, Luke Ravenstahl, plays the kicker on the opposing team.
Okay.
Yes.
Little tidbits. We like those.
Yeah.
Joining us now is, in just a moment here, is Mr. Chris Daughtry.
How are you?
The Associated Press.
Yeah.
We are live right now to the entire
What's up, guys?
world.
How y'all doing?
And Chris, why did you want to be here tonight? Are you a Batman fan?
I am a huge Batman fan. Have been ever since I was a little kid. Been a big DC Comics fan. I love Chris Nolan's work with this franchise, and I'm excited to see this movie. So I've been anticipating it for a long time. So.
Chris, I know you're partnering with DC Comics on the
Absolutely.
We Can Be Heroes campaign, some charitable work. What can you tell us about your
It's
partnership?
We Can Be Heroes, and it's in efforts to provide food and water relief to the people in the Horn of Africa who are suffering the worst famine in 60 years. And we put a song called Rescue Me. We did an acoustic version on iTunes. 100% of the proceeds goes to the relief efforts. And we also did, I also teamed up with Jim Lee on an original piece of art that's going to be auctioned off in a year or so for the same purpose.
Amazing. Well, I think we have a fan question.
That's right. One of the fans who waited on Twitter wanted to know from people visiting tonight what aspect of this movie they're most excited to see this evening.
Well, when you're told it's the end of the trilogy and the end of the story, there's so much that goes through your head. Like, what does that mean exactly? And I'm really dying to see how this ends.
Well, have fun in there. I'm jealous.
Absolutely.
You get to see the movie
Thank
before
you.
we do.
Thank
So
you,
have a
guys.
good time tonight, Chris. Thanks for your time.
All right. Well, looping back to Commissioner Gordon, I think he gave us a little bit of some inside scoop into the film, how he's incapacitated for a bit.
Right,
So-
right. A few little details sneaking out. One of the details, or some more details we hope to get from Tom Hardy, who is standing next to us. We'll get a chance to speak to him next. And what an interesting performance for him. If you've watched the clips, seen the trailers, you know his character Bane is wearing a breathing mask the entire movie. Causes this, kind of warbled speech pattern, this heavy breathing. I don't want to call it like Darth Vader because he's made his own character, unlike anything we've seen before.
Completely. Yes, it's going to be interesting to see how he coped with having something on his face the entire time. It's going to be really interesting to find out from the source.
How cool do you think it was for some of the guests tonight snagging the invites? People that weren't in the movie. I know we saw that Donald Trump might be here.
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be the hot ticket to get in New York City tonight, right?
Absolutely, to see the movie before anyone else and to just, they're going to have to keep it inside. No tweeting about it. I'm sure Christopher Nolan will have something on every single person who enters that theater tonight. So
one guy who will hopefully keep some secrets under lock and key is Morgan Freeman, who just arrived. We see him there in our arrivals cam, catching stars as they step out of the limo and make their way down the black carpet.
yes, and Morgan Freeman is here. We've just arrived in the limo area.
That's right. It is kind of chaotic here tonight, as you would expect for a movie like this in Midtown Manhattan on a warm July evening for what could be the blockbuster of the summer.
Absolutely. And if you guys haven't, log on to Facebook or Twitter, join the conversation. We're at facebook.com/Dark Knight Rises or #TDKR on Twitter.
Let's bring in Tom Hardy now, please, who plays Bane. Tom, it's good to see you again. A pleasure.
Hello. How are you? you?
We're streaming live worldwide, Tom, and I know there's been a lot of discussion about the creation of this character, Bane. You know, we've seen the mask that your character wears in the whole movie. I'm curious, from an acting standpoint, does that help you get into character when you put the mask on, or does that make your job even more difficult?
Yeah, it does, actually. Mask work is amazing.
As he's answering questions while being tickled.
God, that put me off my stride.
Yeah.
The nice thing about having a mask on is that as soon as you put on a mask, you're distanced from the rest of the world, actually, because you're hiding behind something, so it's easier to access certain parts of the brain and imagination.
We were talking to some of your colleagues today, and they were saying how it's a family. You're just joining the family. How was the reception on set when you got there?
How was the reception on set?
From your colleagues who have been there for all 3 films.
Well, I worked with Chris before on Inception, so and Chris creates a very intimate environment to work within. So there was there was 2 different families going on there. There's the Inception family, and then there's the Batman family. And any family of Chris's in the workplace is is family orientated anyway. So it was a very safe and pleasant environment. Really, really lovely environment to work in. Actually, you're never overwhelmed by the size of the movie because you feel so incredibly safe.
No, it's a big premiere tonight. We appreciate you taking the time to chat with us, and good luck with the film. Really appreciate it, Thomas Hardy.
Thank you so much.
Very exciting to see the man behind the mask. But before we talk more about that, let's welcome Dennis Haysbert to the mix. How are you, sir? We are streaming live on the black carpet tonight.
This is Dark Knight Rises, man. I'm telling you, this is great.
And not just America, worldwide. So you can say hello to all your international fans.
Hello to all my international friends, wherever you are. I love it.
We were talking before about what a hot ticket this must be to snag tonight in New York City.
Oh, absolutely. I'm very fortunate. And it's a very hot day.
Yeah.
But no, this is great.
Describe the scene, set the scene a little bit for the viewers at home. What is it like to be here on the red carpet?
Okay, we are on, I believe, Broadway, and it's totally blocked off. I'm sure there's a lot of mad New Yorkers on the other side of this wall. But people on this side are very excited and very happy to be a part of this movie tonight.
Definitely. See all the different characters right next to you.
I see Christian and just my main man here. Oh my God. So I'm waiting to see Morgan. So, this is great. And Chris Nolan,
have you seen a cut of the film yet?
I have not seen a cut of the film. I'm as excited to see this film as everyone in this line. I'm a big, DC Batman fan, so this is great.
Why has this Batman character resonated like it has with fans? I mean, we've got a lot of superheroes that are very popular right now, but this one has kind of a special place, I think, in fans' hearts.
Well, the reason I like it so much is because it has heart. It is about life and death. It's about good and evil, and the rudiments of those 2 things. And it just activates. It activates everybody that watches it. And it gets me very, very. It's very intense. The last one was incredible.
So it's going to be hard to top that one, but they certainly have tried.
They're going to top it.
Thanks for your time, sir. I feel like I should buy new insurance every time I talk to you. I wonder why that is.
I can turn you into a couple of agents.
I bet you could, huh? Thanks for your time tonight. Dennis Haysbert, very happy to be on the black carpet this evening, and obviously getting a chance to rub shoulders with the rest of this cast tonight. And someone we're about to rub shoulders with in just a minute is Christian Bale,
the star
Batman
of the
himself.
Show. And I think we're going to get a quick clip right before we talk to Christian Bale, so check it out.
Cleaned up the streets, you cleaned them good. Pretty soon we'll be chasing down overdue library books.
It'll liven up in a minute, trust me.
I'm Gotham's reckoning.
Mr. Fox, get me back in the game. I call it the Bat. And yes, Mr. Wayne, it does come in black.
The Dark Knight Rises.
Now you're just showing off.
Rated PG-13. Advanced tickets now on sale. In theaters and IMAX July 20th.
We're getting set to welcome Christian Bale, Batman, and Bruce Wayne himself to our live cast.
Caitlin King with the Associated Press, Mark Istook. We are streaming live worldwide right here for the world premiere.
Who? Him or him?
Right here.
Oh,
The
both
whole
of you.
group.
Oh, right.
For the Dark Knight Rises world premiere. So tell us a little bit about what this means to you to sort of be here wrapping up this trilogy.
You know, it's bittersweet really, because I'm very proud of what we've accomplished with the 3 movies. I'm very honoured to have played this character and to have you know, recreated it in our own fashion. Very fascinated to see what consequent Batman Incarnations will look like. I'm, you know, in many ways amazed that we're here, because we always said that we should just assume that we'll get to make one movie at a time and not be arrogant enough to assume that we'd get the luxury of sequels. And so just to make a trilogy has been quite a surprise and a real nice one.
Christian, we've taken some questions from fans online getting ready for tonight, and one of our fans on Facebook, Alexander, asked, was this performance and this training more physical for you than the prior films, especially given that you're facing a guy like Tom Hardy's Bane, a very big character?
Well, it was kind of weird, because what we had to do is we have a considerably older Bruce Wayne in this version. Quite some time has passed, and he's let himself go physically. He's deteriorated physically and mentally as well, because of what happened at the end of The Dark Knight and his guilt about that. So we had to be able to play that, and then also play him getting himself stronger in order to be able to truly go toe-to-toe with Bane.
I know that we see the introduction of Selina Kyle and the Catwoman character in this movie. I know that I read an interview the other day where you talked about wanting positive female role models for fans like your daughter to be able to see. Do you feel like this character is going to be that for a lot of the female fans?
I do hope so, yeah. I mean, the way I saw Anne playing it, certainly it was. And, you know, being a strong, decisive female role, yeah, it's very important to me as a dad of a little girl, yeah.
And did your daughter meet Anne Hathaway?
Oh, yeah, she would be down all the time, yeah.
And anything special between them?
She loved her dog. That was actually, you know, my daughter's not really interested in the filming. She comes along and it's for any pets and to be around and for the food as well.
Very neat.
She finds the filming very boring. I don't blame
Now
her.
she does. Maybe later she won't. You took an unintended sabbatical, I think you called it, before you were 30, before you took on this role of Batman. How did that help you sort of channel Batman's unintended sort of 8-year sabbatical from being Batman and, you know, living life as Bruce Wayne?
It's a little bit different, you know. I mean, my sabbatical was just basically being unemployed for quite a while. His is a little bit different, you know. It's a matter of remorse for him, and you know, him dealing. I've always found him such a fascinating character, because he's that close. He's just that far away from being a villain, you know. He's always having to pull himself back, but he's got very negative attitudes that are driving him. But he's got the altruism of his parents that keeps reminding him, okay, don't take it too far, mate, stay on the side of good, you know. So I can't really compare my unemployment for a while with his.
But it did drive you in your future careers to never take anything for granted, and so maybe there's a lesson there for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. But I've done that from the get-go. It didn't take unemployment for me to appreciate that.
I know people are waiting on you. We appreciate you hanging out with us tonight, Christian. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good luck with the film. I feel like we could talk to that guy for hours, right? So much to learn about this character. Such an interesting, iconic character for him and for audiences alike.
Absolutely, yeah. And really, he's put his mark on such an incredible franchise, such an incredible superhero as Batman. I mean, that's hard to do and make your own mark.
Look at all the fans who are lined up just to get a glimpse of some of their favorite Dark Knight stars, like Morgan Freeman, who is standing next to us. We'll get a chance to chat with him in just a moment. But the fans are excited tonight. There is the Donald, who I mentioned would be here tonight as well. He got to snag that Dark Knight Rises ticket, apparently. What do I have to do to get one of those, right? I mean, Donald Trump versus me, I think I'd give the ticket to me.
Pretty close. It's pretty close.
just like that.
Inched over you, just a little bit.
Right.
But yeah, and I think he would give anything to see his wife Melania in that cat suit. What do you think?
Well, you know, Halloween's not too far away. Like we said before, it's going to be a hot seller this year, I predict. So he may just be able to get his wish.
Definitely.
Don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
I know we're looking forward to catching up with Anne Hathaway. Marion Cotillard is making her way down the carpet as well. But first, we'll talk to Mr. Morgan Freeman, who plays Lucius Fox. Nice to see you, sir.
I'm fine, sir. How are you, sir?
I'd like to have you stand right there so our live cameras can see you.
Yes, absolutely. We are live to the world right now.
Live to the world.
Yes.
How much of the world?
The entire planet.
6 billion people, potentially.
There's a billion left.
With you here, I'm sure we can snag those.
I'm waiting to hear about the other billion. Go ahead. What?
So tell us what it's like to sort of wrap up this 9 years of history of these movies.
You know, we wrapped it up a pretty good while ago. And when we wrapped it up, it's just like when they say a wrap on any movie. Done. But we know that the picture isn't done. You know, the director's got another, I don't know how long to put it together. So, but we are done. We just walk away. We got another job to do. You know?
When you signed on for the first movie in this trilogy, obviously you guys didn't know it was going to be a trilogy.
Oh, heavens, no.
But when you read the script, is it surprising at all to see how this character has resonated and how big, the franchise has become?
What was surprising to me was that Chris knew at the beginning that there were 3. I couldn't imagine that. I remember having a conversation saying, you got to do 3, don't do 4. Never was in the plan.
Tell us the last scene you filmed in this movie and what it was like to sort of walk off the set. I know you kind of breathe a sigh of relief.
Now you're asking me something I can't answer because I don't remember. Isn't that awful?
No, but I imagine it was emotional just, sort of saying goodbye to your friends. Maybe tonight can be that.
No, we are moving on. We're not done yet. We have premieres in London and Paris, so we're together for a while longer. It ain't goodbye yet.
And the Oscars. What do you think? Chances for a Best Picture?
Well, it's hard to say, but I'd like to say they're great. All right?
Fingers crossed.
Thanks for your time, sir. Always a pleasure to talk to Morgan Freeman, even if just to hear his voice.
Oh my gosh,
right?
Soothing.
It is the new iconic voice of the narrator we've heard so many times, and of course we will see it in this movie as well. And there is the stunning Anne Hathaway sporting a short little pixie haircut that she has donned for Les Mis.
Absolutely.
Of course, we see her with long hair in this movie, but
quite
rocking the new
difference.
hairstyle. Of course, there's a fashion question right there for you, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I learned quickly.
Yes, definitely.
Hair is fashion, right? That counts?
Completely. It completes your look.
Good to know.
But yeah, I understand that she was a little bit traumatized when she had to actually cut off those long locks for the movie. And of course, going from Catwoman to Les Mis was a complete transformation. Bulking up and getting really strong for Catwoman, and then really, slimming down for Les Mis.
Yeah, well, I think the transformation for her was fascinating. We'll get a chance to ask her about that, about the rigorous training she went through, really getting fit, getting in shape. Is that the kind of thing she signed up for when she became an actress years ago? Definitely her most physical role, by far.
Absolutely, yeah. And, it's got to be a challenge mentally and physically, and I think that to capture each role, you just have to fully commit, and it clearly looks like she committed.
Well, all right, so let's talk fashion for a second, because you talked before about how you were excited to see what she's wearing. The backless white dress, you'll have to ask her who the designer is, but what are your thoughts?
Definitely with a long white dress with a little bit of gold detail, gorgeous. It looks gorgeous on her, especially with the pixie haircut, kind of shows off her shoulders a little bit, and she looks stunning, as always.
Maybe
when
the
does Anne Hathaway
of the
never
summer,
look
maybe,
good? Right, exactly. Nice and cool for the summer, white look.
Of course, we're waiting to chat with Anne, and Marion Cotillard is making her way this direction. Of course, like I said before, the Donald, Mr. Trump, and his wife Melania are here as well with the coveted ticket to tonight's premiere here outside Lincoln Square.
Thanks.
It is a warm night here in New York, in case it's not obvious by looking at it. So I can only imagine how the stars must be feeling as they get ready to make their way inside. I bet they're trying to hurry to get inside for the movie.
Yeah.
Also for the air conditioning.
Completely. I mean, I want to get a good seat. And we have Marion Cotillard here looking gorgeous as ever. Can you first just tell us who you're wearing and why you love it?
I'm wearing Dior. I've been working with them for 4 years now, and I always find something beautiful, and I'm going to be myself in it, and so that's why I love it.
It's also short, which is good for this New York heat.
Yeah, my God. I mean, we're all melting right now.
Marion, we're live streaming around the world. Is there anything you'd like to say to fans watching worldwide, or especially in French, to the fans?
In French?
Of course, yes.
Oh my God, ok, j'espère que vous... Oh, c'est là. J'espère que vous allez adorer ce film.
I recommend that. I think I recognize about 2 of the words in there I could have translated, so.
Exactly. Well, so tell us, did you grow up with Batman in France? When did you first get introduced to the Batman character?
Well, the first Batman, with the Tim Burton Batman, and right away I was a huge fan. And one of my favorite is actually the Batman Begins, the first Nolan's Batman, and I think he totally reinvented Batman. And I mean, I'm so proud, I'm so grateful, I'm so happy to be part of this one.
But what is it about this type of character? Because the Tim Burton Batman and the prior Batman was fun for its own reasons, but what is it about this version of Batman that has made it so popular with fans around the world?
Well, Christian Bale, and he's such an amazing actor, and I mean, both of them, Christian Bale and Chris Nolan, and what he created, and the failure of the character, they really showed, and so yeah, the Batman is human, and the way they treated the subject and this superhero is really amazing.
And a lot of the credit has to go to Chris Nolan for that as well, and obviously you worked with him in Inception. Is it easier or more difficult the second time you pair up with a director like Chris?
Oh no, it's so easy. His set is a family set, and he's a great director for the technique, obviously, but also with the actors. He knows exactly what he wants. He knows how to direct actors, and I mean, he's complete. He's a real artist.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you
Enjoy
very
the
much.
premiere. We're going to
Nice speaking with you again, Marianne. Have a nice evening.
Thank you so much.
Ron Howard has arrived. Imagine he's a huge Batman fan. Maybe we'll get a chance to chat with him in a minute.
And Donald Trump and his wife Melania are coming up to talk with us. Hi, Caitlin King with AP. Great to see you guys.
I've got to ask you, I am here drenched in sweat tonight. You look cool as a cucumber.
Well, you've been here a lot longer than me.
Well, that's the secret,
There's a big
perhaps.
difference.
Yes, absolutely. And if you guys could just take a step over here. We are streaming live worldwide.
Well, that's exciting.
Exactly. Yes. So tell me, what did you guys think when you first saw the trailers, or if you've seen any of the pictures of Anne Hathaway in the cat suit?
Well, we're fans of hers, and she lived in Trump Tower at one point, but most importantly, Trump Tower plays a big role in the movie. That's the building. In fact, they named it for Day Wayne Enterprises. So that's exciting.
If Batman were running, protecting New York City from crime, how well would he do in this city, do you think?
I think he'd do very well. Batman is a real New Yorker. He would do very well.
It's called Gotham for a reason.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Definitely. And were you guys fans of Batman sort of growing up? Did you like what they've done with this trilogy?
Well, I always were. How about you?
Yes, of course. It's a great movie, great action.
But they really
great
do a great job.
characters.
Yeah, the movie is going to be great, and they've done just such a great job. So we look forward to it.
Look forward to seeing Trump Tower.
Thank you. So do I.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Take care. Looks cool, right?
So
Looks like he
apparently-
hasn't had a bead of sweat in his life.
No, and apparently that's what you need to do to get a ticket to this premiere is own Trump Tower and put that in the movie.
Well,
So
I
there
think
you go. That's where you
right.
went
That's how
short.
you get the ticket. Lots of anticipation about this movie. Lots of excitement. Here's a reason why.
Who are you?
There's a storm coming, Mr. Wayne.
I've Gotham's reckoning.
You're not Batman anymore.
Dark Knight Rises. Advance tickets now on sale. Rated PG-13. Experience it in IMAX Friday.
Moments away from the world premiere of The Dark Knight Rises here in Midtown Manhattan.
Absolutely. We have Anne Hathaway right next to us, and she's going to be talking to us a little bit, I would say, about the cat suit when she steps over one.
Your Halloween costume, right?
You know it.
And as long as it's not mine. Right? If you want to join the conversation, you can do so online at facebook.com/The Dark Knight Rises. There you can find clips, trailers, photos, join in the discussion with other fans as well. Or you can also go on Twitter and use hashtag TDKR, The Dark Knight Rises.
Absolutely, and the world premiere in theaters July 20th. So get your tickets.
That's this Friday, everybody. Yep, that would be on Friday.
That's right.
And of course, you can get the jump by catching a midnight screening late Thursday night, which is technically July 20th.
Absolutely. And before Anne Hathaway gets here, she told AP in LA that she almost got in a bar fight channeling her Catwoman character.
Well, she's about to step over here. We're
maybe
going to
find out more
chat with
about
her
that.
actually in just a minute.
Yeah.
A little chit chat on the carpet, but we'll get her as soon as she's ready after she makes a few introductions. I'm especially excited to hear from her. Well, here she is.
Hi there. We are with the Associated Press. We are streaming live worldwide right now.
Wow, hi world.
And tell us what you're wearing and why you love it.
It's Prabal Grung. I love it because I find it flattering and very comfortable.
And very cool tonight, too, I would imagine.
It's nice. I love a jersey.
Yeah. I read in an interview that you said getting this role was like winning the lottery, then winning the lottery again, and winning the lottery again.
Yeah.
Was it the chance to work with Christopher Nolan, a chance to be part of this series, a chance to take this character? What aspect of that made you feel so
Take
lucky?
your pick. It was all three and the combination of them. I just felt like each day I would wake up and I would have to choose between two gold bars. It's like, which gold bar is better than the other one? Nah, they're both great. Chris is a dream director. This is a dream part in a franchise that blew my mind as an audience member. So to actually be invited into it, I wasn't expecting that, and I'm very humbled by this whole experience and grateful for it.
We were talking earlier about how this role requires more than just strength or agility, which you have and show, but it requires sort of a cat-like essence. How did you sort of pull off all three?
They all fed each other. I mean, first came the strength, and then much later the agility. I think the thing that and then after that was when it was about grounding it in grace. I think cats are very graceful. It's very funny when I'm sure we've all seen the YouTube videos of cats that make us laugh, when a cat is like trying to be all cool and then falls and then they lose it and then they pull it back together and they always pull it back to the same spot. So yeah, so I definitely watched YouTube videos of cats.
We've been taking some questions from fans online in preparation for tonight. Steven on Facebook asks how your version of Selina Kyle is different from previous incarnations of his character. Sometimes that can make your job easier, sometimes it can make it more hard.
I believe that each Selina is representative of the Gotham City that she lives in, and so just to keep in mind what the first two films were like, and then Selina follows from there.
What's more stressful, trying to fit into the Catwoman suit or a wedding dress?
I haven't done the wedding dress thing yet. That's somewhere in the future. The Catwoman thing would have been stressful if it had been like your cast and we're shooting the next day, but I had months to get ready for it and really get into the character and understand it. And they were, I mean, I've got to say, the Nolan camp and everyone working on this movie, they're just the absolute gold standard in terms of working with an actor and not stressing them out, but still challenging them.
When you look at how much work you had to do to prepare for this role, and then also a rigorous role in Les Mis as well, yes. When you decided you wanted to be an actress years ago, this is the kind of stuff you signed up for?
Very, 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 very much so. I didn't sign up for a lot of it, but I did sign up for this.
Good.
And as soon as he mentioned Les Mis, I noticed you stroking your hair. Can you tell us a little bit?
It just made me think like, oh God, it's sticking up in the back. But what?
But that's exactly what he's talking about, making those sacrifices for the roles that you're passionate about. And cutting your hair was one of them. Can you talk about just those sacrifices that you have to make?
They don't feel like sacrifices when you're making them. I love what I do for a living, and getting to transform is one of the best parts of it. So I never think about it like that.
We know we need to say goodbye to you. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight.
Much.
Good luck with the film tonight.
You like the movie when you get to see it.
We know we will. We've seen all the trailers.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Anne. You know, her level of enthusiasm for this movie, let's be honest, we talked to a lot of people who are in movies and they're excited to be in a movie, excited for the opportunity. She really has said in numerous interviews how excited she was specifically for this part, specifically to work with Chris Nolan, specifically to play this character.
Absolutely. And that shows. Yeah, and even her enthusiasm sitting in a guarded room, reading the script for the first time, that was exciting to her. So, yeah, it's role of a lifetime, it seems.
Let's welcome to our live stream, Jonathan Nolan. Pleasure seeing you tonight.
Hey, we are streaming live worldwide.
Here. A lot of fans are excited about the film tonight.
I'm excited about the film tonight. I want to see it again.
You haven't seen it enough already in the country.
I've seen it a couple of times, but it gets better and better.
Absolutely. Well, talk about writing the script with your brother. I mean, childhood is where all superhero fantasies sort of brew. So what was that really like, kind of sitting down with your brother and playing superhero for a while?
It was pretty wild. You know, I was really only into one comic book superhero when I was a kid, and it was because my brother gave me a copy of Batman Year One when I was a kid. So it's kind of an amazing coincidence, privilege, honor to get to work on this character and get to spend 9 years playing around in Gotham City with my brother. It's been pretty great.
You've been immersed in this story for such a long time now. Is it nice to get a chance to take a breath and then kind of kick back, relax, do some press, watch the movie, enjoy yourself?
It is, although you're always nervous about showing it to the real audience. It's a thrill. I mean, you kind of want to share it. For a couple of years now, I've been sort of anxious to watch it with a real audience, and now we get a chance. It's a little nerve-wracking. It's bittersweet, though. It's bittersweet. It's been a great experience for me, and it's a little bittersweet to step away from these characters in this world.
Absolutely. Well, there's so much secrecy surrounding this movie, the ending, the plot line. We want to know, what do you have on this entire cast that you have kept them under lock and key so much?
I don't actually know how the movie ends. We've got all the secrets, and we're going to carry them all a little bit longer, just a little bit longer, a couple more days.
Can you share some secrets about how you kept the secrets? I mean, like, did you guys ship scripts to people in like armored cars? I mean, were there any kind of extra measures you had to take to make sure that...
A couple of friends who were tasked with hanging out with movie stars for an entire day, whether they wanted them there or not. It gets really complicated.
Send a couple of Bane's thugs to watch the scripts.
I think I actually have a team of ninjas following me around right now, just in case I say the wrong thing.
Throwing stars at the ready.
Yes.
Well, what was the last scene you filmed for this trilogy, and what was the emotion like on set when you wrapped for the final time?
Unfortunately, I didn't get it. I wasn't there for the last day of shooting, but I got out for a couple days. We were shooting in Cardington, which are these amazing, I think, the Guinness World Record largest sets, which we filmed all 3 movies in. They're in suburban England, and they're just enormous. They're so big that they have their own weather. And it was kind of wild being in them for the last time, seeing, it's been Gotham City, it was featured in my brother's movie Inception, and this time there's a very special, very sort of fascinating set that they built in there, about 10 stories tall, and I remember standing in the middle of it and thinking, this is it, and if this is going to be it, we may as well go out with a bang.
Did you keep anything from the set? Any Batman memorabilia that you have kept to remember your time?
I'm not telling. I'm not sure I'm supposed to have taken it. That's like stealing office supplies. I don't have anything.
Jonathan, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. I know you got a lot of people to talk to. Enjoy the premiere.
Really a pleasure. Thank you. Hope everybody enjoys the movie.
Looking forward to it. Thank you.
They're getting ready to see the premiere. You're getting ready to see the trailer. And when we come back, we're going to talk to the director, the creator of this character himself, Christopher Nolan.
Yes.
There's a storm coming.
You sound like you're looking forward to it.
I'm adaptable.
What are you?
I'm Gotham's reckoning.
Did they kill him?
I'm not sure.
Why didn't you just kill me?
Your punishment must be more severe.
Do you think he's coming back?
I don't know. Why would you run, Bane?
You should be as afraid of him as I am.
I won't bury you. I've buried enough members of the Wayne family.
You don't owe these people anymore. You've given them everything.
Not everything. Not yet.
My mother warned me about getting into cars with strange men.
This isn't a car.
Joining us now, the director and the creator of this version of Batman: The Dark Knight, Mr. Christopher Nolan. Thank you for joining us.
Sure.
We are streaming live worldwide right now, and basically, how was it writing, kind of living out your superhero fantasies, writing this with your brother?
Well, we've had a good job on. We've had a good time doing the job on all 3 films, really. It's always a great time you have putting together what you could do with these characters who are so known and so loved. It's a real privilege to work with them.
I know this is kind of a family affair with your brother working with you, your wife as well on this film. How bittersweet is it to say goodbye to, the character, to say goodbye to this series?
Well, I mean, bittersweet in terms of having to say goodbye to these characters, certainly. Luckily, I don't have to say goodbye to my family or to the family people we put together working on the films. We'll be able to do other things, so it's not all bad.
And last question, what was the last scene that you filmed, and what was the emotion sort of going through knowing this was going to be the last one?
Well, there isn't really one last scene that you do with everybody involved, and so you're gradually wrapping, I'm saying goodbye to Sir Michael Caine in the Batcave for the last time, and then I'm saying goodbye to Christian in the Batsuit for the last time. So it's spread out over a few weeks towards the end of a 7-month shoot, and it was, it was a lump in the throat every now and again.
I know a lot of people are waiting to chat with you tonight. Thank you for taking some time with us. Enjoy the big night. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Chris
Man
Nolan,
of the hour,
his
yeah.
wife. It really was a family affair for them as well.
Absolutely.
We didn't get to talk to his wife much about her role producing this movie.
Yeah.
But a collaborative effort among the Nolans.
Yeah, and like his brother said earlier, Chris gave him a Batman comic when he was little, so it really was sort of boyhood, childhood fantasies come true to get to work together, I can imagine, on this film.
Well, we got to talk to the stars of the movie. We got to speak to the director and writer, and it's about time for us to say good night from the black carpet in Midtown Manhattan. But don't forget, the movie hits theaters this Friday.
20th. That's
correct.
Right. Friday, July 20th, or special Thursday screenings.
And don't forget to join the conversation on Facebook.com/The Dark Knight Rises, or on Twitter.
Yeah, tag #TDKR. Thank you guys.
I've had a good time tonight.
Absolutely. It's been amazing.
Think I can get a ticket inside?
Hey, I think you could schmooze your way in, Mark.
We're going to try, guys. Thanks for watching tonight. See you next time.
Thank you.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt will be joining us in just a minute. We're going to get a chance to chat with him about his role in the movie. Said goodbye, but latecomer to the carpet, fashionably late as he gets ready for his big night tonight. And he's a newcomer to this series, but hey, he's worked with Christopher Nolan before, obviously, in Inception. And, Nolan's famous for using a lot of the same actors again. He likes to collaborate with the people he's worked with before.
Yeah, and what he told AP is that he's a little bit selfish when it comes to that. He likes to work with talented people, so he likes to keep them around from film to film.
He's certainly got a nice stable of folks he's worked with. When you look at Michael Caine and Christian Bale and Hathaway, Morgan Freeman, it is a long list.
Yeah, and his reputation really precedes him. You can tell from sort of the respect, the deference that Anne Hathaway, Marion Cotillard show when talking about him. So, yeah.
Now, one thing I want to ask Joseph about is, I understand he found out or was asked to take this role at a dinner party with Chris Nolan. I need to go to more dinner parties with Chris Nolan.
I want to find out exactly what is a dinner party with Chris Nolan exactly like.
Well, if he's handing out, movie roles, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I don't care what they're serving. If it's a movie role, sign me up.
Exactly. I think you could play a good Batman.
Put me in the mask. Put me in the suit. I'll try.
Yeah.
Couldn't hold a candle to Christian Bale, but I can wear the suit, right?
There you go. It has built-in abs, so I mean, can't go wrong with that.
Just wear it around every day.
Yeah.
Constant six-pack, right?
Yeah, I'll do that with the Catwoman suit.
Yeah.
It could work.
What was your favorite moment of the night before we get to speak to Joseph?
You know, well, here we go. We're going to speak to Joseph right now. Hey!
Live, all right.
Yes,
all right.
live, worldwide. Right
Hello, nice to see you.
Hey, so really, what was it like sort of joining this family in this character that, you know, so idealistic and young Commissioner Blue?
Yeah, I mean, it really is like a family. You're right. Chris keeps the people around him, both the crew and the cast. And, you know, it was an honor to be in Inception. And then even more so when he asked me back. It's just, it's meant a lot.
Yeah. We heard you got the role at a dinner party with Chris Nolan. Tell us, what is a dinner party with Chris Nolan like?
Well, it was less a dinner party. It was you know, Chris and Emma invited me over for dinner because they wanted to tell me about the movie, and it was just the three of us. You know, they become friends of mine. I'm glad to say, and there's nothing better than working with your friends. You know?
Joseph, we've been taking questions from the fans online in preparation for tonight, and Joni on Tumblr asked how you would characterize your relationship and rapport with Tom Hardy after working with him on two Chris Nolan films.
Oh,
now.
Tom is such a badass. I think he's one of the greatest actors alive. So much power, and he kills this performance. He's so good in it. I can't wait for people to see it. And see Bronson. If you haven't seen Bronson, that's one of his earlier movies.
Yeah.
I really recommend checking that out. He's amazing in it.
Well, you're going to get a chance to see the movie tonight. Thank you for hanging out with us before you do. Enjoy the
Thank you
premiere.
very much.
Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks a lot.
Right.
Yeah,
That was
not a bad gig, right?
not too bad.
Now it's for real. Now we say goodnight and tell you to make sure to check out The Dark Knight Rises in theaters this Friday.
Facebook, Twitter, join the conversation, and then tell us what you think after you see the movie this weekend.
That's right. We appreciate you staying with us tonight. I'm Mark Istook.
I'm Caitlin King for the Associated Press. Thanks for watching.
Saying goodnight from Manhattan.